All right, William Saliba to injury confirmed, and that's confirmed by the French national team. And we're gonna obviously get a little bit of a snippet of what the Arsenal side is saying about it. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani. David, smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories we upload in here on a daily. Romelu Lukaku looks like he's gonna hit with the ground running AS Roma, and he has a lot to say about his future. And Thomas Muller contract extension, one of the players that are aging like fine wine, but when it comes to playing the game of football, he looks great, and he's really a force to reckon with at the German national team and the Bayern Munich team. So let's close to 400 likes watching this video as we get into this long awaited one, right? So as it stands, Arsenal has gone ahead to see another player really get injured, and that is the man that obviously put in 100% tackles against Erling Haaland yesterday as Arsenal beat Man City by 1-0. So we thank God for the gift of life, and for the Muslims, Barak Laufikum. Now, ever since this season started, no player all forward has gone past William Saliba, and who has been the longest serving defender to hold this record. It is Virgil van Dijk, and I'm obviously telling you all these stats to know exactly how important this player is to the side of Arsenal, and how you people should obviously get to know why and when this should obviously affect the team. Now, yesterday night, after the game of football that saw Arsenal win against Man City, the Federation of France came out and really told us that Saliba won't be joining France for international duty due to a toe injury. Will be replaced by Todibo. It was put out by the Equipe de France, that is the close source coming in from France, and William Saliba has been ruled out. Now, after being ruled out, we all had to wait and see where does this injury obviously affect the side of Arsenal. So they told us that it understood that Saliba's toe injury is an ongoing problem that he has been managing. However, the issue isn't thought to be serious, and Arsenal are hopeful that he'll be available when they return to the EPL action against Chelsea after the international break. That is Football London reporting, close source to Arsenal. That is it. Now, let's discuss William Saliba being the latest injury that has gone ahead to surface or surge at Arsenal. If Julian Timber was not injured, such news would have gone ahead to obviously worry any Arsenal fan. But because Julian Timber is really injured, sorry about that, if you're an Arsenal fan, you have every reason to worry when you hear that William Saliba is injured. That is it. It is one of those injuries that obviously coming through and affect the entire team, because we are talking about one of the best center backs, not only in the league, but in the world. That is it. He's coming good every game, and he's learning a lot onto his game. He's closing down spaces, and he was expected to be part of the French national team. But because of his toe injury, he has pulled out of the French national team. To me, it's opposed to the side of Arsenal, because he shouldn't go that side and obviously get played, because his injury might surge. And when it surges, you know what happens to that side of Arsenal? It obviously has a loophole. If at all they had Julian Timber, then even if Saliba gets an injury, obviously understand that Timber can come in through and obviously play into the central defense, or he can play as a right back and Ben White partners with Gabriel Magalhaes again. You get? But without Julian Timber, you wouldn't like to hear that William Saliba is obviously getting an injury. And the set of fixtures that Arsenal is really having, you know, the game against Chelsea when they return from the international break, that is the game they're going to play against Chelsea. Huge game, huge fixture for the side of Arsenal. And I'd like to confirm to you that it's obviously going to come in through thick and fast, and no one is really giving us the benefit of doubt in that game of football, because Chelsea have gone ahead to win their first 2 consecutive games in a row ever since the season started. And the recent one, they've gone ahead to beat, I think, Burnley by 4-1. And it shows you that the chemistry is forming up, and this game is going to be at Stamford Bridge. And the player that wouldn't like to miss out on is William Saliba, because he has shown us that he can even score goals for Arsenal. Although this season, he has not found himself on the score sheet, but I think he will soon get there. That is William Saliba. But defensively, he's really great. Press resistant. Arsenal can build on him. Fast, physical, and he wins aerial and ground duels. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But for Arsenal, it's not good news, because when these injuries really coming through like this, it shows you that it's obviously going to affect the side of Arsenal. Remember, Arsenal have a huge game against Sevilla. You know, they are going to host Sevilla. After playing Chelsea, they are hosting Sevilla. Host Sevilla at the Emirates Stadium. And then they play, is it against Sheffield? Then they go away and play away at Sevilla. Now, having lost to RC Lons, Arsenal needs to win these 2 games. That is it. And Sevilla is going to have to sack their manager, meaning that we might anticipate what we call a new manager bounce. And it shows you that you have to be having your better squad when you're going to play all these games to see it that you go through the Champions League. Arsenal needs to win all its games, especially if at all they want to top this group, and see to it that they obviously go to where they deserve to be as a club, because RC Lons is topping the group of Arsenal, and they need to do the needful. Now, as he gets injured, to show you how important he is, the former Arsenal centre-back, that is Martin Keown, part of the Invisibles, has gone ahead and obviously said the following to William Saliba. I just want to say, by the way, the 2 central defenders, as an ex-central defender of Arsenal, they were immense yesterday as they took on Man City. Saliba and Gabriel, they ate Erling Haaland, and it's not often you can say that, because he's a wonderful player. And this is one of the things people should obviously start knowing, that sometimes Erling Haaland is blown out of proportion. He's inflated. Erling Haaland is not an exciting center forward. What he does is scoring goals, you know. And in such big games, you'll not obviously see his impact, because if you cut off the supply, then he's going to be out of the game. And that's why you saw that it was easy for Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes to pocket him. So we've seen it in very many games, right? Even when he was playing against Manchester United, he last had a successful game when he scored a hat-trick against Man United, that 6-3 encounter at the Etihad. That is it. But when he came at Old Trafford, he couldn't even register a shot on target. Even in the FA Cup final, he did nothing. So I don't want people to come out and really say that this guy is obviously deadly. He's deadly against small teams, but big teams have gone ahead to find a way or a mechanism to obviously cut supply off, especially when they are playing teams that obviously have the same, that have the same players in as far as quality is concerned, that can obviously close them, can close him down. So for me, as it goes on, you'll obviously agree with me that Julian Alves is a better forward than Erling Haaland. Hope you're going to agree with me, and it's soon going to be proved. That is it about Erling Haaland. But Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes really had a very wonderful game, and they really looked great on the night. Now, leaving that there, let's discuss something concerning Romelu Lukaku, and he had something to say about his season at the side of AS Roma, where Chelsea have gone ahead to loan him. There, I worked a lot this summer. Many people have talked about me. I don't talk. I show what I'm worth on the pitch. When he was asked about Mourinho, he said we have a special relationship. He knows my family. I have faith in him, and vice versa. And Romelu Lukaku has gone ahead to score 7 goals in 7 games. He has gone ahead to start for AS Roma. We all know that when Jose Mourinho was at Man United, he went in for Romelu Lukaku, and United paid close to £75 million, an amount that they obviously got back when they sold him to Inter Milan. So him performing under Jose Mourinho is not really something surprising for me, and obviously doing it into the Serie A, because Serie A players are really slow, they're not as fast as they're supposed to be, so he can easily thrive there. But the big question is, how come a striker that was bought 115 million euros couldn't obviously find his way through into that Chelsea side? It shows you that the Premier League is on different levels, and it hits different when it comes to this beautiful game of football. That is it coming in from Lukaku. But I think he's obviously going to have a very good stay in AS Roma, and they might find themselves buying the player from Chelsea. That is it coming in from the side of Chelsea. And lastly, let's talk about Thomas Müller. And the Bayern CEO has come out and obviously given us a thought, all their thoughts onto this man. They've told us that Bayern Munich CEO Dressen on Thomas Müller's contract extension. I don't know if he wants to play until 67. We don't feel any pressure. We have seen how important Thomas Müller is for our team. We will see what happens. He has gone ahead and really told Bill TV, and his current contract expires in 2024. And if I'm Bayern Munich, the best thing to do to myself is to get myself rid of this guy, because if he cannot obviously feature in where he want to be, then how come you are obviously trying to obviously put him on to that level and obviously giving him a new contract? Unless otherwise they feel like they can obviously go on and really do something bigger than they expect from him. But I doubt. So I really understand how good the player is, but he has aged, he has come of age, and they need to obviously find a replacement for him. And I've seen him obviously coming in through to play off the bench most of the times. Even against Manchester United, he came off the bench, and even when they are winning against Copenhagen by 2 goals to the winner, he obviously came in through to create. He was obviously exceptional. Now, what really follows for his future? I think he's this kind of player who really believes that he has some good legs to obviously run until some good years, like 2 years from now, top football, before he crosses to play for the sides of the, what's the name of that side? Saudi Arabia. So that is it coming in from Thomas Müller. So your thoughts on William Saliba to injury confirmed are welcome in the comment section below. Would you obviously start him in the game of City, so in the game of Chelsea, or not? And what do you make about Lukaku and his performance down at the AS Roma? And lastly, what are your thoughts about Thomas Müller? Do you think Bayern Munich should give him a new contract? Yes or no? May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. I sign out for now. See you later when you see me.